Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the endless seas of Nita. I am the Heizmeister, and this is episode 19 of the Adventure Mode series, the second to last episode of this series. So then, it has been some time since the last episode. I finally had the time to record anything. I'm a bit short on time recently, and it seems to have voted on the poll. You can probably see the poll right there in the top left corner of the screen, and it looks like the adaptive drone carrier has won, with the amphibious ship coming in a second place, and the aerospace fighter, it's also still there. So, I guess I'll be showing you the construction of the adaptive drone carrier fairly soon, and after that the construction of the amphibious ship. And to be fair, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to trying out these new concepts. Speaking of concepts, while I still have your attention, I would like to address something. As you probably know, I'm currently working on a custom campaign. And at the same time, I'm currently not working on it, because I have decided that I'll wait until certain changes hit the stable branch of From the Depths before I continue to work on some more units, because quite frankly, I don't see the point of constructing a few assets for this campaign, only to have them to redo them at some point in the future, because new mechanics get introduced and some mechanics get changed. For instance, quite prominently, the power output of crank motors will be changed in the upcoming versions. They will be a little bit weaker, which means I have to redo some of my units and some of the campaign units that have these crank motors. Yeah. Anyway, so I put the work on this on hold for a while, and at least until certain changes have hit the stable branch. Furthermore, at least until these changes hit the stable branch, I would like to address something else. I have been thinking. Yeah, I know it sounds quite unusual, but I've been thinking about creating a version of Nita, a new map with all the units of Nita, where the land forces from Ashes of the Empire are combined with most of the aquatic and air forces of the regular Nita campaign. Now, that comes with its own set of problems. Probably because, most likely I have to find a way to balance kind of the interaction between relatively weak ground forces compared to some of the stronger forces on Nita. So to speak, that means probably, only air forces, since I don't think that naval forces will ever engage any ground units. But still, this is just a concept that I had and discussed a little bit on the Discord, and we'll see what we can make of it. I thought this would be a great way to pass the time, at least until the changes have hit the stable branch, to experiment a little bit with the map maker, since I've always been kind of a map guy, to be honest. Alright, an enemy has been detected. Launch all aircraft. Our intro has concluded, and what is that? Also, by the way, I don't know if you have noticed it yet, but I'm trying out a new paint scheme for this episode. It is something else. Something I thought I would try out for one episode. Normally my signature blue, black and gold that you always see in From the Depths episode is now replaced by black, cyan, and white. Hang on a second. What kind of unit is this? Oh, it's a Conestoga. It's just... Hang on. Hang on. We had this last time. It's just a Conestoga, yes, and then suddenly a stronghold appeared out of nowhere. I won't fall for this trick again. Oh no. Anyway, let's see. So the Conestoga has been defeated. Very nice. I will going to lay in a course.
Form up and
The
fly with
Melon
speed.
Seed Adventure Carrier will lay in a course for a red portal because I wish to advance a few levels. Since, you know,
Moving
I
out.
plan
Moving
to...
Moving out.
There we go. Oh, that's a floating one. That portal is high up in the air. Since I plan to reach level 100 by the time the
Moving
last episode hits, and I wish to stay at level 100 for at least 2 hours. After this, I would consider this fleet-based approach to adventure mode, the multi-vessel approach, so to speak, a success. So, I have chosen to deploy another vehicle of mine. This is the Zondra air cruiser. It's an airship armed with a primary armament of lasers. It's a 1Q laser system. But the downside to this one is it's a little bit of an unoptimized glass cannon. Yeah, there is certainly a little bit of work to be done here. For example, these forward laser turrets are too close to each other, and I would rather have one here, right where this missile interceptor turret is. Missile interception on this airship is mediocre at best, and ooh, there's this lovely visual bug that's still not fixed. Yeah, as I said, it's a little bit of a glass cannon. If we have a look at its armor scheme, 1 second, there we go. As you can see here, mostly metal, maybe some heavy armor wedges, but nothing else, honestly. And it still has some daddy blades. Yeah, a little bit unoptimized glass cannon indeed. The laser system is decent. It's certainly not anything to write home about, but I'm happy with it. For now, at least. It could have a little bit more armor piercing value, though. Anyway, still waiting for more enemies to appear. Looks like my wish has been granted. A new enemy has appeared. The Galaxy from the Scarlet Dawn. That looks like a repurposed logistics unit, to be honest. Or is it even a logistics unit? I don't know. One thing that is for certain is it does have a rather sizable particle cannon here up top. So I'm probably in for some... yeah, there you go. Ouch. And it has probably shot the Zondra, hasn't it? I don't know. Anyway, the Galaxy is approaching us now, being tagged with our lasers, our targeting lasers, and being bombarded now. The fleet is opening fire. Finally. I hope we do get a nice chunk of resources out of this. By the way, I have said earlier that I would like to have create a new version of Nita where we have a combination of ground and air, land, and sea forces. I thought about having a map that is basically a large landmass all around with a sizable body of water in the middle. This is basically where ships can operate. And yes, I do realize those balance problems that come with it. For example, the Scarlet Dawn don't have any dedicated land units. They rely mostly on hovercraft and thrustercraft, and their thrustercraft are actually something that would sweep aside any land unit from ashes without much of a problem. But then again, there are some Scarlet Dawn units that are no longer in the lineup for this faction. There are some interesting hovercraft still. Some I would like to bring back to Nita, to the battlefield once again. But that's something for later, maybe. Anyway, we have defeated the galaxy and hopefully salvaged a hefty chunk of resources, because to build the Zondra I have used up a lot of these resources. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. And in combat, the Zondra is actually fairly resource hungry as well. You know, you have these large lift jets and a volume-efficient fuel engine to power its laser systems. Yeah, as I said, a little bit optimization could be done here. I know a proper steam engine that is properly set up would be much better in here. Yeah. Well, hello there. What do we have here? You certainly look like a white flare design. Ugh, remote-guided missiles, I assume. Okay, something they stole from the lightning hoods. Hydrofoils. And those are a lot of guns. This is the Excruciator, if I'm not mistaken. Now, are you the Excruciator, though? Yeah, you are. Well then, time to pulverize it. Although it appears to be shooting at my newly constructed air cruiser, the Zondra. And yes, I do know that you cannot hear any firing sounds. This is a bug from the depths sometimes. Very annoying. Very annoying indeed. Are we even damaging it? The fleet is quite a way back, by the way, and the Zondra does not open fire until it has come in at least a 1,200 meter distance of its target, so as to not waste any laser firepower. Okay, here are the Phantoms. Because they are always the first to show up, since they are the air units. Rather fast air units. But yeah, I probably need to work on the Zondra a little bit more. It is alright, but it is not fully optimized just yet. Oh, by the way, how are we doing in terms of damage? Where is the Zondra, though? Hello? Air cruiser? What am I missing? What exactly am I missing? Let me just...
Listening.
It went for a swim. Well, that's a bit embarrassing. I'm not sure if we can get it out of the water just yet. Maybe we can engage the tractor beam, as we have attached it to the crane. There we go. Cheesed it out of the water. Now then, its lift jets should be fully functional, so there you go. Right, finally we have a stronger enemy on the field. It is a stronghold. Now, I want to observe what exactly happened to the Zondra air cruiser. If it got dropped from a high altitude and the lift jets couldn't stop it in time, or if they simply cut out. I don't know. There we go. Dropping the Zondra now. Lift jets are active. And they seem to be braking its fall for now, and yeah, there we go, they've Successfully decelerated the Zondra. Now, are they... Ah, there we go. They cannot properly brake its downward momentum. And yeah, it comes very close to the water there. And one wave is enough to basically engulf the exhaust of these jets, and they cease to function. Right then, this is probably a point I should optimize a little bit more. Maybe invest a little bit more in stronger lift jets. Anyway, the stronghold. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it already. It is that floating Onyx Watch gun platform that surprisingly has more missile firepower than cram firepower, despite its impressive looking arrangement of crams. FtD is a little bit strange like that. But hey, at least the Zondra is now active and firing on the stronghold with its lasers. Laser systems, they are alright. 80 armor piercing is certainly nothing, well, that dangerous, but still. Does make some nice holes here in the stronghold. Anyway, where's the rest of our fleet? It's still there in the distance. I've sent our adventure carrier on a course to gather more resources, by the way, so I'm not in combat mode just yet. I'll leave the stronghold to the rest of our units. I'm certain our free-flying and free-going units can handle it just fine. Oh, by the way, please let me know what you think of the paint scheme that I've used for this episode. I know it's a little bit unusual from what I usually use, a little bit more bright, colorful. Yeah, still, I'm trying out some new things, and it has been requested that I change to a different paint scheme in the comments, so there it is. Don't worry though, the last episode we will be doing in our original paint scheme. So, why is the Zondra not firing? Could it be because of its deactivated laser, or is it just simply too far away? It does seem like it's too far away. Yeah, probably. Something I have to find out later. Oh, there we go. It's once more in range. Yeah, maybe I should decrease the distance at which the Zondra circles its target. That would help a lot. Oh yeah. I forgot that the stronghold has huge missiles. Oh yeah, it does. It does. I mentioned it earlier. Oh, what fun. Hehe. Yeah, looks like we have dealt significant damage to the stronghold, and it is now just a matter of time before it is completely destroyed. And, as always, our very reliant fragment submarine has closed in to gnaw on the bottom of our enemies. Well, on the bottom of the stronghold in this case. Yeah, millipacks are something I should use more often in the future. Certainly very effective when they are not intercepted in time and are able to close the distance to their targets. Hey. What is it attacking actually? Let me have a look. There we have... Oh, that's a magazine. I expect a huge explosion at any moment. But it seems the millipack is not strong enough to cut through that heavy armor. Yeah, that's a problem. What a shame. Anyway, the stronghold has been defeated and will now provide us with a large chunk of resources. Much appreciated. Another enemy has been detected, and this time it is the Abyss. Now, it is imperative that we shut down its laser systems as soon as possible, because they're all targeting the Zondra air cruiser. And for obvious reasons, the Zondra doesn't have any smoke defenses. Yeah, because that would interfere with its primary weapon system just a little bit. Anyway, let's hope a few smoke shells of our own do manage to land a hit. And every little bit helps here. If we can disable the abyss, then all the better. Well, it's keeping a tight lock on the Zondra for now. Even its particle cannon is firing. And once again the Zondra pulls off a risky maneuver there by dropping to almost sea level before gaining in altitude. Yeah, that's something I will correct probably after this fight here. Maybe strengthen the lift jets just a little bit. Anyway, it looks like this thing is all lasers. All lasers and no AI, apparently. Yeah, we have done it. ENG has struck again. Or something else, probably. Right then, let me just see... Oh, that's a lot of laser firepower. It's less than the Zondra, to be honest. And, yeah, this thing is more expensive than the Zondra as well. Anyway, the Abyss has been defeated. Now its little companions that have been spawned here are still swimming around aimlessly. And looks like my fleet has to clean up a bit. This shouldn't take long. Okay then, I guess it's the last fight for this episode. This is also getting very interesting now. Now we have here a treachery. This is a white flare carrier. Moderately dangerous. The little suicide craft it has can be quite a nuisance if not intercepted in time. However, the other enemy that has just spawned is a little bit more annoying. This is the Geiges, I think. Yes, and it is, yep, a huge missile-armed airship, courtesy of the Grey Talons.
Engaging now.
You know what that means. Remove it from the battlefield immediately. I'll send all my forces to attack this single airship all at once. These huge missiles, this is something I would like to avoid, honestly. Avoid contact with them as best as possible. I think these are Thumper, Frag, high explosive missiles, if I see this correctly. Yeah, so the thumb damage is ripping away large chunks of armor, while the fragments then penetrate this opening. This is... Ooh, sounds very uncomfortable, to be honest. Let's see what we can do about those. Oh. Missiles incoming, and... yeah... At least the carrier is on attack mode, so that's alright. We can see here that apparently some white flare suicide craft, Sin Eaters I think they're called, have taken a liking to the Geiges and are chasing it. Well, that's fine by me, to be honest. How do we look here in terms of missile strikes? I don't see anything just yet. Missiles seem to be going for our battleship Hannibal, as usual. So it looks like they have... They struck the Hannibal. No, not yet. They've turned around at the last second, apparently. Yeah, and they've run out of fuel as well. How unfortunate. How very unfortunate for them. And yeah, we have brought down the Geiges. No more huge missiles from you, my friend. You are now fodder for our torpedoes. Let me just have a look at... Ah yeah, I thought so. This was just some design elements I was inspecting there. down you go. Now then, I think the next target should be the treachery, which is still active, but being hit with our torpedoes now. There they are. A swarm of very dangerous torpedoes that, as I said before, have their ballast tanks adjusted so that they strike the bottom of an enemy vessel. And it's despawning. Nice! We have done it. And yeah, there goes not only our foe in the form of a treachery, but also our frame rate. Let me just fix this for a second. So then, with this last fight now concluded, I would like to say goodbye from the endless seas of Nita. The next time we meet will be the last episode of this adventure series, and we will meet at level 100, and hopefully we'll survive 2 hours on there. Won't be easy, but yeah, this fleet-based approach, very promising. I can definitely recommend that to anyone else who might try out adventure mode. So, with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope I'll see you again soon in the construction videos, the upcoming ones. Starting with the adaptive drone carrier. That's something I look forward to. And yeah, until then, I am the Heizmeister. Take care and goodbye.